and just see what happens when it boots, you know. And it looks like it's working. Okay, let's take a look and see what we have. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Techtintronics channel. And what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be installing AvLinux on an old computer. This is a Techtintronics production. The old PC that I have is a eMachines computer that I've had for like over a decade or so. There's a couple of prerequisites that we have here. We have the spare computer. We have a USB stick. This is optional. I mean, if you want to do the partitions, which I'm going to do the partitions on this. So in this video, I will be doing Gparted on a USB stick. Oh, I already have it on a USB stick, but I'm going to be using that USB stick to do the partitions. And then we're going to create this other USB stick with the bootable image of AvLinux. So I'm going to install this. All right, we have our removable device installed. I'm going to take a quick look at it. Goes up as USB drive D. The folder is empty. Let's see. I'm gonna hurry up and get us Rufus. Now we're gonna select this ISO image. I'm gonna go right to my desktop, this PC desktop. And we are just gonna go through this program, leave it as MBR, BIOS or UEFI will be fine, FAT32 will be that way. And we're ready. I'll click start. This image uses Grub 2.02 DFSG1-13, but the application only includes the installation files for Grub 2.04, as different versions of Grub may not be compatible with one or another, and it is not possible to include them all. Rufus will attempt to locate the version of Grub installation file core image that matches the one from your image. Select the less to connect to the internet and attempt to download it. Select no to use the default version, and select cancel to abort the operation. I'm going to say yes. If SysLinux are not compatible with one another, it wouldn't be possible for Rufus to include them all. 2 additional files must be downloaded from the internet. So we're going to select yes to download these files. The image you have selected is an ISO hybrid image. This means it can be written either in ISO, file copy, or DD mode, disk image mode. Rufus recommends using an ISO image mode so that you can always have full access to the drive after writing it. However, if you encounter issues during boot, you could try writing this image again in DD mode. I'm going to go with the ISO mode this time. If you've seen in my previous video, I've used DD image mode and that required additional steps. So let's go with it. Warning, all data on device will be destroyed. We'll just go with the operation All right, it's creating. I'll move this up so we could all see what it's doing. I'm going to be getting up and moving some things around. It looks like it's ready. I'm going to close it and I'm going to eject the disk just to be on the safe side. All right. Now, I'm going to put that aside and I'm going to go to scene 7, scene 6. And what we are going to do is we are going to start this machine over to see what we could do. All right, can you hear me? F12, waiting for the boot menu. All right, now it sees my hard disk and everything. We're gonna go to the Jet Flash USB Transcend. All right, so now that I'm doing this in a way in which I don't lose any data, I hit enter to enter the G-parted live disk. We'll just not, don't touch the key mat and just click enter. Proceed. Which language do we prefer? We're going to do British English 02. Let's see. We're going to run startx. start. Since I have some old data on it that I don't need, delete the partition. Here, then delete the partition. And that's it. I just wanted to quit. There are 2 operations pending. Apply all operations. Are you sure you want to apply the pending operations? Editing the partitions has the potential to cause loss of data. You're advised to back up your data before proceeding. So we'll just click apply. The operation has been completed. We have 0 operations pending. My disk is deleted. I'm going to exit and we're going to switch USB sticks and do the same thing. I'm going to shut her down. I'm going to switch USB sticks. Fire it up. Go into the boot menu. All right. Gonna boot the USB stick that I put in there. We'll run boot Linux snapshot. See how that goes. The boot Linux, the snapshot contains the installer in which I need to install this program on the hard disk. So we're currently booting off the live USB. All right. And we got it running off the live disk. I'm just going to install it, run the installer. And that's all you really have to do. All right, it tells terms of use. I guess we agree. We'll just use the entire disk. That's what I did. Okay to format and use the entire disk for SDA for MX Linux? Yes. Just going to create the required partitions. Formatting the partition and all that good stuff. Pause for required operator input. I'm going to leave it installed grub for Linux and Windows. Install on MBR on the boot disk SDA. I'm going to call MX2 for the computer. MX2.local host, I guess. Gonna join work group. All right. We're in the United States American English. Let's take a look at service settings. All right. And we'll proceed with the next part. Enter the required passwords. Oops, I think I messed up. Okay, once you see it's all green, you'll see that the passwords match, and we can proceed. All right, next. It's finalizing the installation, I guess, installing Grub. All right. So it's finishing up the installation, as you can see. All right, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna pull the memory stick out. And just see what happens when it boots, you know. And it looks like it's working. Okay, let's take a look and see what we have. I'm gonna enter my login. What do we need, an unlock? Enter my password. See how it loads. Loading the correct time. Loading the correct background. It's going to load all the system stats, which I think is really cool. I'm using a standard hard disk, not an SSD. I was going to use an SSD in the beginning, but I decided that I'm going to hold on to the data on the SSD just for a little bit until I decide that I want to do something with it or whatever. It may become useful for another project or anything like that. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you liked the video, tell me what you think.